Some of us may have grown up with World of Warcraft, and Classic allows us to recreate those experiences with old school character creation and guilds. It's the year 2004. The gaming industry is anticipating the release of the fourth Warcraft game from Blizzard Entertainment, a relatively unknown business. The first day of World of Warcraft, when 200,000 eager adventurers leapt into the wonder, was a watershed event in the RPG industry. Blizzard has given gamers the opportunity to recapture the wide-eyed enchantment and awe of the early days of World of Warcraft with WoW Classic. The much-awaited expansion, which was initially announced at BlizzCon 2017, will be released on August 27, 2019. In World of Warcraft Classic, there are 10 nostalgic, old but new features to look forward to. At number 10 are hard-fought Battleground Wins. Finally, prepare to engage a battleground after acquiring flight routes, bonding with other players, and learning everything there is to know about Azeroth. That's right, some good old-fashioned PvP. To become a Grand Marshal or a High Warlord, battle it out in Warsong Gulch, Arathi Basin, and Alterac Valley. To win in Warsong Gulch, use groups of allies to slice and dice or polymorph foes while capturing 3 flags. Slowfall will assist you in jumping over a cliff and collaborating with a sneaky rogue to safeguard the Arathi Basin gold mine. Gather resources in Alterac Valley instead and emerge victorious. At number 9, we have the early instances become great again. Players may test their spell rotations against some of the game's greatest content, instances, once all abilities have been completely developed. Ragefire Chasm in Orgrimmar, Deadmines in Westfall, the Baron's renowned Wailing Cavern, and Shadowfang Keep in Silverpine Forest are just a few of them. The revival of the value of early moments like these, with intriguing questlines, deep narrative, and dynamic boss fights will amuse, surprise, and delight gamers. Because tangoing with Edwin Van Cleave and Archmage Rugal requires more than 2, gather your buddies, use trade within a faction city, and call fellow group members. And once you've leveled up, you can do whatever you want with your character. You can ride in on a mount and make fast gold pieces, or you can run lower level players around dungeons. At number 8 is class training. WoW Classic brings back another old favorite, skill upgrades, when it comes to skills. As characters leveled up in the original game, they had to be progressed to the next level of their skills. This is done through class trainers, which can be found in large towns, as well as class missions, which make playing warlocks and shamans even more entertaining. In Thunderbluff, Stormwind, or even Shadowglen, speak to a guard to find a class trainer. Enjoy the newly learned Conjure Refreshment ability, which regenerates life and mana more quickly, or the level 3 Intimidating Shout, which increases the amount of time foes take to flee. Perhaps a boost in the Wrath spell damage will help you complete missions and fight enemies more effectively. In any case, class training is another gem from the WoW Classic period that will bring back amazing memories. At number 7, we have beautiful original faction cities. WoW Classic players would be amazed by the first magnificence of faction towns, whether sprinting, strolling, or teleporting. In the expansions, new towns have been introduced, while old cities have been renovated. With WoW Classic, those would be a thing of the past, or future depending on how you look at it. Climb to the top of Orgrimmar Bank as a rogue and provide the lockpicking services. Declare to the thousands of gamers that a precious product is on sale. The notion that the tiniest things carry the most joy is no exception in these unique cityscapes. It's straightforward, endearing, and just perfect. Open the map to get a feel for how the faction city was created in the first place. To train a skill or to locate the NPC and complete a search, travel to a different part of the city. At number 6, we have earning a mount. Players will be executing more spacebar leaps as a result of WoW Classic's return to its original rules, as well as more walking. That is correct. Mounts are earned through time and aren't given out lightly at the beginning stages. Players will be thrilled and perhaps angry to find that mounts which increase travel speeds are expensive. At level 40, players will be able to master the apprentice riding ability for 100 gold. Discounts depending on reputation and PvP rating are available. For players that accomplish quests, learn vocations, and understand the auction house, being able to ride will become a coveted asset. Purchase the Journeyman riding ability for 1000 gold at level 60 to increase mobility speeds even further. Yeah, the old method is back, bringing back memories of buying your first raptor or wolf when you were level 40. At number 5, we have quests are immersive and take time. The sentence, "to the north behind the large hill" in the quest text was double-checked by the original players. Isn't it irritating at times? And obviously, simplicity, on the other hand, leads to a greater sense of fulfillment. There will be no more mindless murdering of crowds or rushing through mails. Relax, take your time and enjoy the sight. The immersive world of Azeroth was created to be appreciated and explored to its full potential, one spacebar hop at a time. At number 4, we have forming bonds with fellow players. Another excellent throwback that WoW Classic brings back to the table is interacting with in-game players. Do you think that is a weird concept? In the perspective of today's World of Warcraft, that makes sense. This is due in large part to the recent implementation of the looking for group and looking for raid functions. Sure, these make completing quests and running through dungeons simpler. On the other side, while Classic players will be able to create guilds and partnerships with other players in-game. After the case, there will be no more creating groups and forgetting about teammates. To be honest, I'm glad it's over. The creation of connections is at the heart of World of Warcraft. Guilds, groups, and global PvP come to life when defeating villains with others is preferable if there are a large number of them. At number 3, we have the starter areas. As soon as you start the game, you are greeted by a huge blast from the past. With a bird's eye perspective and relaxing voiceover, the cinematic opening will take players to the dry dust of Durotar or the deep purple darkness of Teldrassil. Players in these beginning areas will receive the original doses of nostalgia. There was also a lot of running. Whether you're a brand new player to the game or a seasoned veteran, the mindless zombies of Deathnell for the Undead Horde, or the Trog Raiders of Coldridge Valley for the Alliance Dwarves and Gnomes, will shake the very foundation stones with yellow exclamation points over the heads of the NPCs who tell their tales, as well as their burdens. At number 2, we have character creation. Whether it was driven by Mountain Dew, or simply the thrill of diving into a new immersive universe, the character creation screen is bound to bring good memories back. There were the fundamental races before the days of Blood Elves, Draenei, Worgen, and so on. If you wanted to play as a paladin, you may only join the Alliance, and the same goes for shamans for the Horde. WoW Classic has all of the classic but still useful races and class characteristics. Not only that, but simply glancing at the interface sends the user back to a darkly lit room with a laptop computer that makes a plain sound. For gamers, the typefaces, colors, and racing backgrounds harken back to a simpler time. Start by picking a name at random or inventing a new one. And at number 1, we have flight paths. Flight routes have been re-established. In order to fly across the globe for a mission, catch up with friends, or restore gear and purchase from the auction house, gamers must collect flight pathways by visiting each route and adding it to their list. While some players utilize the autopilot flying mode to unwind or do something else while AFK, players may now return to one of World of Warcraft's finest features: its vast, gorgeous universe. Its once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to fly over the Barrens or Stranglethorn Vale. It allows players a more intimate connection to the game while also providing a breathtaking perspective from above. The difficult duties of gathering flight routes and arranging trips will be remembered and treasured by players. And those are 10 ways World of Warcraft Classic will blow you away with nostalgia. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next time.